As the crow flies, Torquay is just a smidgen over 100 kilometres southwest of Melbourne. It's a seaside town, but definitely not a sleepy little place. It's possibly best known for being the start of the Gradation Road and the home of the Rip Curl Pro Bells Beach, the longest running, continuously running pro surf competition. Ever popular, Torquay at one stage had over 140 bathing huts dotted along the beach for the swimmers. It's always been a popular place. Torquay's township is divided into three main areas. There's the Surf Coast Highway section as you enter Torquay, where all the surf clothing and board manufacturing outlets are, plus the Australian National Surfing Museum. Then there's the Bells Beach strip near the point that I think everybody refers to as the old original shopping street of Torquay. It's got the Torquay pub and across the road the Foreshore Caravan Park. It used to be the main place to hang out with the bakery and the takeaway food place. The next location is what is now the main city centre. It's either Torquay Village or Torquay Central, I'm not too sure. The area has grown from being the place where we used to go to roll jaffas along the wooden floor of the old hall, which had been decked out with portable seats during the summer so it could be used as a local picture theatre. Now it's a full-blown shopping precinct with every convenience possible. The people of Torquay are most certainly not lacking for shopping outlets, I can tell you that. Torquay has fast left the sleepy seaside village image well behind. A quick drive around and anybody can see the place is expanding, with housing estates pushing back further inland. It's no longer just a tourist town, with many people choosing to live here on a permanent basis. The back beaches of Torquay are all quite safe, with minimal rips. The first being Cosy Corner Beach, which is great for kids, no dogs allowed. The second is Fisherman's Beach, where you'll find the Torquay Sailing Club, yachts everywhere. Then White's Beach, which is reasonably well isolated except for a well-maintained dunny block. It's spacious enough to get changed in and has a drinking fountain and a place to wash the sand off your feet. The area next to White's is called Dog Beach, and guess what you find there? Further along the Foreshore Reserve, you'll come to Point Impossible, where rare and exotic species of migrating weenies come out to dance and dangle in the sun, as they parade in front of females who also enjoy flaunting a bit of flesh. What people probably consider to be the main beach is the Surf Beach. The Torquay Surf Lifesaving Club began in 1945 and has been in continuous operation ever since. It's the oldest club in Victoria. This beach was the first in Australia in 1956 to ever see a surfboard. A great big Malibu log of a thing, about half the size of the Tasmanian ferry, with some Hawaiian-looking bloke running from end to end of it, impressing the crowd with his demonstrations. Sometimes you can be lucky enough to catch a potential Australian kayak team in training. Yeah, it's amazing to watch them hone their special skills.
The team are out there now, the excitement is building. Oh, there's one man down. Oh, two men down actually, because it's a double kayak. And here comes another bloke coming in. Look now, he's paddling his way, and oh, he's going over as well. Dear me, it's not been a day for it out there. Maybe a little bit rough for these flat water paddlers. Anyway, there's a team out the back there. They're starting to really put some strokes on there, really putting some strokes on. Heading for a wave now. There you go. They've survived it. They've gone over. They're very well. The man is back down the bottom right now, and he's he's not on his board yet. He's going to attempt to get back. They're over the, oh, look at them over the thing there. Oh, there we go. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here comes another. Look at, they're going to catch a wave. This team is going to catch a wave up the back up there. Here they go. On they power. Oh no, dear me. Turn another one over. Ladies and gentlemen, this has not been a good day for the Australian team here. Not been a good day at all.
The other end of the surf beach is the entrance to Spring Creek. It's a lazy little freshwater creek that ambles aimlessly and divides the township of Torquay from the suburb of Jan Juc. The RACV resort dominates the hillside overlooking the creek, a stark testimony to the increased popularity of the place. Now to Jan Juc, a name that people have heard but not many have been there. It's never had its own post office or postcode. It's really just a suburb of Torquay, but in reality, it's like a special little hidden away community. There's been some discussion over whether the name Jan Juc is an early German settler word for "where's my surfboard," or a more traditional Aboriginal name meaning ironbark tree. I'm leaning towards the ironbark tree because the whole joint used to be covered with them. The small shopping centre has a corner bar and a licensed restaurant that looks good for an evening hangout. It's got a pub with a bottle shop, which is definitely the place for steaks or parmigianas. It's got a very trendy cafe, which is nearly always flat out, and almost certainly the place to be seen eating your avocado-drenched chicken burgers. It's common to watch some of the local tradies drop in there for a latte or a bite to eat, then look at the surf reports on their mobiles before deciding whether to have another coffee or head for the beach. They've got a small flower shop that seems to specialise in plants that don't require much maintenance, like deciduous or cacti. It's got a general store, which was small but seemed to have enough bits and pieces. And it's got a wood-fired pizza joint that, for some strange reason, is one of the few takeaway places open in the evening but doesn't sell coffee. And there are plenty of parks and gardens, with lots of space for the kids to play. The Jan Juc Caravan Park is well known and a well-used facility. It doesn't look much from the front, but the park itself is huge. Mostly made up of permanent vans and beach shacks, it's normally jam-packed during the holidays, but like a ghost town midweek in the off-season. Hundreds of vans with attached annexes, verandas and other assorted building add-ons. It's a home handyman's paradise. I can only imagine there's been plenty of young children watch their fathers bang fingers and thumbs with a hammer around this place. The place has been here for a while, and so the amenities are not the newest things going, but they're clean and most everything seems to work. Now they've got a jungle gym for anybody old enough to remember them, and a proper swing that simply consists of a length of rope tied to a tree branch. The slide's probably a bit hot on your ass in the summer, but the kids will find a way to get around that. If you stand on the Bird Rock Lookout, which is directly across from the shopping centre, you can take in the whole beachfront. Looking left, you can see the main Jan Juc beach. It's more exposed to the ocean than Torquay, so it can sometimes get a bit wild. There are a number of rips which have the Surf Lifesaving Club rescuing approximately 30 people each year. But the surfies get to normally enjoy the smooth and long reliable breaks. Straight down in front of Bird Rock is one of the fastest breaks in the area. Plus, the reef makes for easier access and saves a bit of paddling. The stairs provide easy access to the beach while helping to reduce damage to the cliffs and the sand dunes. Jan Juc is actually quite famous for being the place where a young surfer had a run-in with a giant whale. The whale might have got him too if it hadn't been dead for approximately 25 million years. The young surfer took his father to the spot where they found the fossil and they hauled it off to Monash Uni, where it was pronounced dead on arrival. Anthropologists said it was an incredibly rare find, being that it was a whale that had a sizable set of dentures and probably the ability to eat sharks rather than just suck plankton. Every now and then, when sitting on the beach, you'll feel a big shadow come over you. Looking up, you'll notice a huge coloured moth with some sort of cocoon hanging from it. In reality, it's just some crazy bugger who's way too lazy to walk down to the beach. Some days there's heaps of them up there, swarming like bloody seagulls, trying to find the best updraft off the cliffs. Then there's the thrill seekers, jumping off the big rock. Some are very graceful, and others need to have an ambulance waiting to accommodate their foolishness. Then there's the other ones who have different motives for coming to the beach. Looking towards the right-hand side of Bird Rock Lookout, you can see past what they call steps and boobs, towards the more fashionable Winky Pop and Bell's Beach. And let me assure you, I don't make any of these names up. Although I think everybody has heard of Bell's Beach, let's face it, when it's on, it's the surf mecca for Australia. When it's the end of the day, and the beach scene comes to a close, everybody heads back to the bar for a quiet one and reflect on a good day.